good evening everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my first watch along of the season on this channel as it's Cardiff City against Wrexham in the EFL Championship. My first ever championship watch along on this channel. Probably not my last. You can thank or blame West Ham for that. And yes, I know the graphics are broken. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is. I can complain that they're broken to the people that supply the graphics. And I shall politely, I say complain, I'll just inform them politely that they are broken. And hopefully they'll be fixed for the next watch along I do. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. There might only be about 4 of us, and I am one of the 4. So it's going to be a cosy evening tonight, discussing all things championship. We'll have a little chat about all the action from the weekend, see what you guys are thinking as well, see what games you've been watching, if you watched any of it, what your thoughts are on what you've seen, including my team West Ham dropping two points away to Burnley as well, which is always fun. Different season, same West Ham, annoyingly. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, Ryan. Thank you, David, Lazy, Zanussi. Hope you're all doing well. Percy as well. Thank you very much. What were we? Just over 10 minutes away from kickoff. Cardiff against Wrexham. Not a derby. Not a derby. Just 2 Welsh teams. That's all. I get annoyed when people call it a derby. It's not a derby. Just a game between 2 Welsh football clubs. That's all it is. Anyway, Kiefer Moore being interviewed. Big man. Big lump up front today for Wrexham. Anyway, Speedian said this is the sheep botherers derby. You can call it that one. You can have that derby, I suppose. I'll let you have that one. Don't know why my comments aren't coming through onto the software we use. What is going on? Why is nothing working? Why is nothing working? I can see them. They're just, but it's on a different. It's on YouTube. I'm looking at them rather than the thing. I've done everything my end. I've double checked. I've triple checked. I've done my bit. I'm going to give them a row. Going to have to remember, give them a row. Anyway, Phillips here saying we can't have Ryan Gold. He's just come back from a long-term injury. He's playing alongside Thomas Muller in Vancouver. Magic duo. I've seen Thomas Muller's out there. We've just got myself and Charlie have just got a love for Ryan Gold. We've bonded over Ryan Gold. And it's just one of those players. When he was at Dundee United, it was like the next big thing, wasn't he? So that's what we were keeping an eye on before he moved out there. Bernard is here while she's cooking a dal. Let's forget West Ham for the next couple of hours. We'll try. Ryan, I always say I don't have a preference. I do have a preference. I don't even know why I'm pretending. Cardiff. I want Cardiff to win. I like Brian Barry Murphy. I like him a lot. Spoken about him before over the course of the summer when it was a hypothetical discussion of if Nuno got sacked, who would you like to come in? And Brian Barry Murphy was on my list. But he's still at Cardiff. I'm pleased he stayed there, actually. They'll play good football. For anyone that hasn't watched Cardiff City play in the last 12 months, they play some good stuff. I like it. I'm a fan. Got some good players as well. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, this thing's doing my nut in. This is... So, to get a bit technical, there's like a software for all this stuff. And the comments, to click on them to get them up here, is part of the software. So it feeds the comments into their software from YouTube. But they ain't feeding in. I'm looking at comments from the last time I did a watch along. This is the last comment I can click on, which is about Scotland. If Gunn comes up for the corner, Gio's worst nightmare might come true, which is 3rd place and out. And it did come true. We finished 3rd, and we did go out the World Cup. My World Cup shirt is turned up, though. In its packet. I've not opened it up yet. I said to Mrs. Gio, it's been a while since I arrived now, admittedly. I said, I'll just sell it, just get my money back, right? And people are selling them for like 40, 50 quid now, like brand new in the packet. So I don't want to lose that like £30 on it, so I'll just keep it. So it's still in the packet. Maybe one day I will bring it out. You'll turn in, pardon me, you'll tune into a watch along and I'll be sat here in my salmon Scotland shirt, giving it an airing. Ryan, I do It is through OBS, but that's not the software that's breaking. It's this bit here, which is by Stream Builder, as you can see. That's the bit that's breaking. So that is frustrating. There's not much troubleshooting, and I'm not gonna. I could text them, but it's 10 to 8 on a Monday. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna have to just suck it up for tonight. As long as the massive clock works, then we're all right. Anyway, what's everyone's predictions? I think it could be a draw tonight. I think Cardiff are missing some defenders, and that may prove problematic. Where we watch terrorist football with Wrexham under Parky, pump it up to the big man up top and get up the pitch. Ugh, I don't enjoy watching Wrexham play football. Can you tell I don't like Wrexham? It's a nice story. It's got the Hollywood stuff, and I like their documentaries on Disney Plus, and they come across as very likeable people. They do, but it is financially doping, isn't it, to get through the leagues and stuff? But it's like I said, it's a nice story. It's just, anyway, we'll see. Come on, Cardiff, which I never thought I'd ever see in my life, but here we are. That's what football does for you. So there you go. The teams are on the screen. Get your comments in the live chat. Lazy reckons Wrexham are going to win 1-0. Zanussi's going with David Sullivan's team. I wonder if he's watching. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I said I wonder if he's watching. I'm really not. Could not care. Thomas thinks Wrexham shall win, and he thinks they're going to win 2-0. But come on, you Cardiff. Don't know if it's an actual chant. Probably not. Bazer's saying, trot the ex-Hammer. Let's see how he gets on. Yeah, he's done really well for Cardiff, actually. They made him permanent in the summer, which was quite an important signing for them. So I'm pleased for Trot. I always like seeing like our academy players go on and do really well. And he's in Championship now. We've got his England shirt, which is hanging up in the cupboard. I would go get it, but I don't know exactly where it is. And it's behind it's like a built-in cupboard, but the doors don't slide all the way over. So the middle bit of the wardrobe, it's got a rail, but it's not very accessible, actually, because it's a mirror, that bit. So I don't really like it. I didn't put it in. It was part of the room when we bought it. But anyway, Trot's England shirt, I think it's from like the under-17s or something. He didn't wear it. He didn't play. But we've got it. Why not? Anyway, Burnett saying he's got friends who have been Wrexham season ticket holders for years. They're loving life, so can't go against them except against us. I understand that because there's a personal attachment there. You've got like a personal thing going on. I do not. I have no friends that support Wrexham, and I've got no friends that support Cardiff City. Lewis says, have a few friends that are from Cardiff, so have a soft spot for them. Anyone remember Pete Whittingham and his wand of a left foot? Died quite young. Yeah, the good old wand of a left foot. When you're left-footed, it's a wand. No one ever says wand of a right foot, do they? One of those weird things in football. Maybe we should bring it to Tartan jail. I think we should bring it. Whenever we want to discuss a right-footed player that can score a couple of screamers, we've got to describe him as a player with a wand of a right foot. That's what we've got to. That's the new rule on Tartan jail. I've just came up with it right now, and it's here to stay. And new Scotland manager Christine, I'd never heard of him. I'm quite young for an international manager. Won the Belgian league. Tony Bloom recruited him, so doesn't make much mistakes. Well, I'm assuming Tony Bloom recruited him, given that that's his Belgium club. I like the fact that we're doing something different. I will say that. We could have went down the tried and tested route with a few washed up managers. I think Derek McInnes would have been one of the better ones available, but he opted for Rangers incredibly quickly. David Moyes was the favourite, which I wouldn't have been overly keen on, if I'm honest with you. So I'm intrigued to see how he gets on. He's spoken about giving the young players a chance. And I think sometimes an international manager can have that personal connection to too many of the players, and it goes from loyalty to an issue pretty quickly that the youngsters aren't getting played, and he's hanging on to 30-something-year-olds that haven't been at it. You know, our goalkeepers during the World Cup, for example, had played 8 appearances between them. Yeah, our 3 goalkeepers at the World Cup over the course of the entire season had made less than 10 appearances between them. It's just a stupid thing to have happened. So hopefully he rips up the blueprint a little bit and brings his own ideas. So I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I like the fact but I do like the fact we've done something a little bit different. Catherine's saying, I remember going to Cardiff away back in the day. On drive home, got stopped at motorway services and got Billy Bonds' autograph. Loved that. I absolutely loved that. I went to Cardiff City away not long ago. I say not long ago, about 6 years ago now. It was before COVID. I might be misremembering this, but I don't think I am. I think Scotland played Wales in the Six Nations on the same day. Or the day after. It was the same weekend. Because I remember being out in Cardiff after, and some ladies complaining, well, basically like saying, where's your kilt? And I was like, what? Why would I have a kilt with me? But there was other Scottish people in Cardiff, others with kilts on for the rugby. So because there was a load of Scottish people with kilts on, I was deemed a stain on the country that night because I just had jeans on because I was there for the football, not for the rugby. I could be misremembering that, but it feels like a weird thing to misremember. I think we got beat 2-0. Was it Pellegrini or Slav that was in charge? It wasn't Moyes. It must have been Slav. I think we got beat. I'm quite confident we lost. I went with Tom and Bez. Anyway, Lewis is saying he's unsure how much West Ham chat is allowed, but where do we sit in the camp of our West Ham fans being too negative? Been one game. No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are being too negative. He doesn't start with a clean slate, Nuno. He's not a new manager. We're judging him on last season as well as this one. And the thing is, I actually think we're being quite fair defending because we're not going, oh, well, it's a point, we move on. I've actually seen people, a lot of people, including myself, say, I don't mind the draw away to Burnley. It's the manner of it. That's the issue here. Lewis, thank you very much. I would click on your comment, but the thing's broken. But get yourself some tatties and a new kilt. Do you know what? I've actually been wanting to have mince and tatties. Lauren's not the biggest fan of it. Whenever I mention it, if I request it, I get the, I suppose. And it basically means no, doesn't it? That reaction. But I am craving it because I've seen a picture on Twitter the other day of some mince and tatties with bread and butter. Oh, just top tier food for me, that is. I'm going to get some next week. Oh, yes. Pez is saying Leeds fan, but from Cardiff. Come on, Cardiff shitty. Well, I appreciate the pettiness behind your comment. I've always got time for pettiness. Always. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it, considering this is completely new territory. 74 of you watching live right now, and I've been absolutely god-awful at uploading. I did my EFL predictions the other day, and I went on the channel to upload, and I seen my previous video, and the one before that was in July. So this is now my third video of the month. It's the 17th of August. It is embarrassing on my part, so I do apologise. However, I'm going to up it this week. I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to do my Premier League season predictions, and I'm going to do my Premier League weekend predictions this week. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday. If I get my finger out, Tuesday, Wednesday. That would be good. I think what I'm going to do for the channel over the course of the season, it's going to be 80% Premier League, 20% Championship, I think. I'm going to continue doing my usual Premier League stuff, but there's going to be a little bit of Championship included. And even if West Ham go up, I'm going to still bring Championship stuff to Tartan Geo into next season. For anyone that doesn't know, got a new part-time job, a very, very part-time job. My clock. Is Wrexham going to get us underway? I forgot about my clock. Oh, yes, I'm ready. Whew, there we go. Right, the clock is up and running. I was on time. The chat is still not up and running. Don't know why. Let me turn it off and on. Let me see if that works. It's always the right thing to try, right? Off air. Click. Right? On air. Click. Let's see. No. It's changed the chat, but it's made it even weirder. I broke it again. I'll just leave it. I'm giving up. I can still see your comments. I'll read them out, interact with you as you go. Anyway, the game is underway. Cardiff City against Wrexham. Quite a tasty game for them, isn't it? Do you know if, like, as a Cardiff fan or a Wrexham fan, I think this would be quite a tasty opener to the... It's not like Burnley-West Ham. It was a bit boring, weren't it, Burnley-West Ham? Not the match, just the idea, the fixture and the build-up to the season. It was a bit... But Cardiff-Wrexham, delicious. Anyway, got a very, 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 very part-time job for those interested who are unaware. I am now the guest on Benjamin Bloom's Championship predictions. I mean, I've got big shoes to fill. Last couple of seasons, he's been doing it with Sam Parking, and a former professional footballer. And it's now me. Brilliant. So I think I've disappointed some of Benjamin's subscribers. Understandably, they're used to a former, not Premier League, but a former EFL footballer giving predictions. They tune in to week 1 of the new season and they're greeted with a Scottish West Ham fan. I can understand why there was a twinge of disappointment for some of his subscribers. But I'm back. Let's say I'm back. I'm doing it for the whole season. I'm signed up. I'm excited by it. I get on with Benjamin. We've done a few videos before in the past. We've got a bit of chemistry. So when he made me the offer, I couldn't turn it down. I like him. Anyway, O'Brien whipping in the cross, headed out. And away. Moore. Oh my word. Ooh, 1-0. 1-0 Wrexham. Kiefer Moore. Bloody hell. That is some finish. That is some finish. The Wrexham fans absolutely bouncing. Less than 3 minutes in. And it's 1-0 Wrexham. Parky is looking unhappy. I'm sure he's delighted on the inside, though. What an absolute fantastic finish that was, though. I mean, he got cleared out from the free kick. Went straight back in and... I mean, he's not even passing to Moore. He's just booting it forward, really. But he is onside. But that's a nice finish. None of this bollocks. Don't celebrate against your former club either. He was off running around celebrating. One 0 Wrexham. Got our. We'll do the. We'll have a chat about the EFL in just a second. Got our live event in October, and I got distracted. Apologise, but I got an email through. Basically, every time we sell a ticket, we get a notification in the form of an email. I just got an email through, and that we've now sold 50% of the tickets, so that's a relief. I was hoping to do 50% before Wednesday night, and we've done 50% tonight on Monday night. I feel good about it, but I'm going to feel really nervous in October. Our first proper show on the stage. Don't even know what we're going to be discussing yet. Anyway, another free kick on the opposite side this time, and it's... Oh! Cardiff need to sharpen up with these. Decent delivery in. Just need to watch what they're doing here, Cardiff. This could get very difficult very quickly. But this is Wrexham. They're quite a direct team. Don't mind the physical battle either. All right, Matty James, Leicester City boy, going to take the corner. It's like a Premier League rejects, this Wrexham side, isn't it? And it comes, they've managed to not head it away, but head it up in the air. Trots came and not got there. It's bouncing around. Moore again! Oh, tipped over. That's a great save by Nathan Short, but bloody hell, the Cardiff defence look really shaky at the minute. Well, it wasn't Kiefer Moore that time, apologies. Thought it was, but it's a really good fingertip save by Trot. I mean, this could be 2-0 if they carry on. In comes the corner from O'Brien, headed away this time. James is saying West Ham might be the first club to go to Wrexham, to the racecourse, and have their new Kop finished for a soft opening on the 13th of February. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me that, James. Did not know that. You learn something new every day. That'd be nice. Oh, bloody hell, that is one long throw. Sheesh. Wrexham are just confident at the minute here. James pops it back in. Flag up, offside. Cardiff City got a chance to have a breather at the minute. It's nearly 7 minutes on the clock. It's just been Wrexham absolutely battering him. I mean, Nathan Trott's not hanging around. He's just taking a free kick really quickly. You'd think he would just maybe slow it down for a minute and just let his team catch a breath. All they've done is defend and pick out the back of the net. Lou's saying, I thought the best part of their Cardiff was the centre-backs doesn't look good. Yeah, missing centre-backs though. They are injured. Anyway, what did everyone think of the weekend? Did you watch any EFL football? I watched Wolves against Blackburn on Friday night. More than that, but I'll start with that game. Thought Blackburn were decent. Expected to be in the battle for relegation, and still might be. But I thought they gave a really good account of themselves and very unlucky not to win, given the circumstances of a last-minute penalty for Wolves, which Jimenez dispatched to make it 2-2. And Wolves looked a little bit underwhelming, but I think that's expected. New manager, new formation, new players. It's going to take a few weeks for them to get up and running. But they did look a bit boring, didn't they, Wolves? They're a bit vanilla. I mean, the three behind, it started with Armstrong, but the three behind them, Lopez, Gomez and Mane, I mean, that should be enough talent to cause anyone a problem. Lopez just took the piss at times. Honestly, he looks like a fantastic player. I think he's going to have a top season. And this is unpopular. This is where I give my unbiased opinions. This is unpopular for the West Ham fans in here. Team of the season, Lopez will be on the right-hand side. It won't be Jared Bowen. It'll be Lopez. My prediction. So Blackburn looked good. Wolves not so much, but not the end of the world. And then, what was the 12:30 game? Bolton, Preston. Yeah, Preston look absolutely stinky, don't they? Really stinky. Bolton looked good, but my word, Preston were honking. That geezer threw on goal. Can't remember his name. Threw on goal at 2-0 down. He tried to square it instead of it was the striker as well. Instead of shooting, he decided to try the more difficult thing, which was to pass. You could say it was unselfish. I call it just stupid. Absolute stupid. But Bolton looked good. Gale was brilliant. That second goal was fantastic. They deserved their 3 points. And then at 3 o'clock, I watched the Charlton Derby game because West Ham are playing Charlton next week. So I thought I better keep an eye on that, which was a decent enough game. I'll discuss it more in the match preview ahead of the match. Then at 5:30, I watched the Sheffield United Birmingham, which was okay for a 0-0. Sometimes it can be a bit boring and bland, can't they? But it was all right. I thought Birmingham were the slightly better of the two teams, and there was a bit more encouragement for them. But Sheffield United were just... It was pretty miserable, actually. And then yesterday, I caught the first decent chunk of Watford, Southampton. Watford looked good. Saying that, Southampton should have got something out of the game at the end. How Harwood Bellis... not Harwood Bellis. Was it Harwood Bellis? I think it was, actually. Who missed the last-minute chance for Southampton? Who was that? It was him or Jack Stevens. I mean, how he missed, I do not know. I know he's a defender, but bloody hell. Anyone's expected to be dispatching that. David saying the worst performance of the games I watched was West Ham's. Brilliant. Anyway, Wrexham on the attack once again. Oh, he's done really well there. He's done well. Great defending by Scanlon. He was under pressure. I mean, it's partly his fault he ended up in that position because he switched off, but his recovery was good. Imre, good signing for Wrexham in the summer, was at West Brom in the second half of last season. Looked good. When I only seen him play a couple of games under Morrison, but he looked good. Trotter gets his fist on that, but it's not away. And the shot from Matty James is well over the bar. Goal kick to Cardiff City. Catherine remembers going to the cup final where Clanton Blue Hair paid 500 quid for a touch ticket at blooming Liverpool end. But first half we won. I watched the second half in a pub at the Walkabout. Why did you watch the second half in the pub? Why did you leave the game? Just because you were in the Liverpool end, you left? Or Peter saying we look underwhelming, which was expected, but mainly the same team and useless manager in regards to West Ham. Brian saying, you know what I like about watching Championship? A lot less fake injuries, no rolling around on the ground looking for calls, because you can't get them, that's why. Percy saying his second Charlton winger who got the second goal looks decent. Was that Campbell? Was that who got their second goal? Forgive me if I've got that wrong. Chris is confirming that Harwood Bellis was the one that missed that opportunity. Pez reckons Watford and Wrexham go up. Yeah, I'm going to strongly disagree with that one, Pez. I do not know, however. You could be right, but I'd be shocked. David's got a soft spot for Charlton. Did a lot of work in a community trust for many years. Just still going here, Wrexham. Cardiff are struggling. Imre once again down that right hand side. He does play off the shoulder, doesn't he? And then Scanlon just needs to be a bit more careful here. The Cardiff City left-sided defender. He's switching off. That's twice now he's switched off. He's going to get punished if he keeps doing it, because that pass... Cardiff know that pass is on now. Imre knows he's got him. "15 minutes in, Cardiff struggling at the moment. I was having a look at Scanlon's odds to get booked, but 15-4 is not really tickling my fancy, if I'm honest with you. Let me check his card history. He's struggling out there at the minute. I think at some point he's just going to absolutely chop Imre down. Young player, only 21, but I mean, his card record's not the best, but he's not played much football. He only played 8 games for Cardiff last season after joining. Here to go again, Cardiff. Wrexham. Cardiff really struggling at the minute just to keep a hold of the bloody ball. Anyway, Chris saying, I look at teams like Wrexham and they look complete. Good. West Ham are square pegs around hole. The disadvantage West Ham have and the advantage Wrexham have is being settled. Like we've got a lot of changes to our team. Wrexham don't. They've not been that busy in the transfer market because they've not needed to be. Most of those players playing today were at Wrexham last season. And this is the first season, to be fair. And this is why I think Wrexham should have a better season this time round than last, because they've got that settled team. Every summer so far, Parky's had to overhaul the squad due to promotion. It's like, right, everyone out, everyone in, everyone out, everyone in. But this is the first season that he's really been able to just stabilise a little bit as a championship side. They've not had to do that much business. They've done some, but not loads of it. And that's the advantage to teams like Wrexham compared to West Ham, Wolves, Burnley, where you are overhauling your squad. Catherine left because she was a woman on her own and they were rude to her. Fair. Can't remember where we were in Cardiff. We were in... I think we were in Pop World and then we went to Coyote. I think there was a bar called Coyote in Cardiff. I think we went there. Good ball in. Oh, and he's just giving him a nudge. Referee's blowing up for a free kick. A half decent cross in there though. First decent ball in by Cardiff, really. Salek just giving him a nudge in the back, and it was to be fair, it was a push. It was more than a nudge, where it was quite blatant. Yeah, his two hands on his back. Bit lazy. Penn said I went to Pulse. What's Pulse? I've only ever been out in Cardiff once. What's happened to you? Is it Imre that's rolling around on the floor? I don't even know what happened. I was busy chatting to you lot. Pez, I want to know what Pulse is now. You're going to have to inform me in the chat. It's for men who like men and women who like women. Oh, I did not go to Pulse. To be fair, I went in a gay bar by mistake in Dublin. We arrived in Dublin on a Sunday night. It was like a drop everything off at the hotel and just go out. And where we went was quite quiet, but there was this bar that was quite loud, lit up. And we thought, oh, we'll just go in there. So we went in there, and my friend was ordering, and my other friend said to me, I think we're in a gay bar. And I looked up, and behind the bar there was just pictures of like males' torsos and women and whatever. And then I sort of, you just slowly turn around and you clock, and you could tell it was a gay bar. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I thought, oh well, we're only having one in here. Then we're going to head on out. Ouch, that was a sore one, to be fair. David was in a club in Bruges watching the final with a bunch of Scousers who were great fun. I was at school. It was my exams. I had exams when the final was on. Yes, I know. Before some cheeky bastard says it. No, I'm not that old. I know someone will say, I thought you were older than that. Behave yourself. Ignore the grey hair. Percy has a random comment, which is Kent has great town names. Just left Battle, seen Sandwich today, and Ham, which is just outside of Sandwich. Fabulous. Someone got creative. I like it. Anyway, Cardiff just growing into the game the last 5-10 minutes. They've started to just get their foot on the ball and move it and push Wrexham back a little bit. But Wrexham will be okay with that. They don't mind sitting back and going direct. I think they quite enjoy it, to be honest with you. So it might actually feed into Parky's hands here a little bit. But they're going to need to do something. They've got a throw in down on the right-hand side here. Nah, he just couldn't hold it. Oh! Cardiff went in a pan. It wasn't the best pass back in the world. Salek went after it. Patterson had to do something and couldn't pick it up as a pass back. So he had to make a slide tackle. Good play, good cross. Nah, not a good cross in the end. Good play though there. Cardiff are just starting to play their game now. Just need to try and keep stringing the passes together and open up Wrexham and land a couple of blows on them. After quite a frantic opening 5-10 minutes where Wrexham were just absolutely battering them. And they were lucky to only concede one, Cardiff. But they are starting to just play their game. That's a good switch of play. Need to get Tanner more involved. That was a good little bit of play by Tanner on the right-hand side. The cross wasn't the best, but not the end of the world. I do not know why there is an England flag next to the Wrexham badge, actually. I have no idea. I might flag that with them because that could be quite offensive to Wrexham fans, I suspect. I think I would be if I supported a Scottish team and I had an England flag. I think I'd be a bit, oi, what are you doing? I'm not sure why he's got the flags next to them. They don't normally have that. Maybe it's just for this fixture only. And it's got the badges. It doesn't normally have the badges. It normally says, like, Car and Ray. They've obviously changed it and broke my live chat at the same time. Anyway, Wrexham on the ball, looking to move forward here. Not the best pass in the world, and it's a throw into Cardiff just inside their own half over on the left-hand side. And Ryan asking about Junior Firpo. I have no idea. First I've heard of it, but I hope not. He was terrible at Leeds in the Premier League. I do not want to see us get him. NS, I didn't know I was going to be covering this one until earlier. Tell you what it was, I was thinking I ain't done a video on Tartan. I need to get my finger out, and I want to do more watch-alongs this season. But not only that, a couple of my friends have said, oh, I'll do a watch-along for you, and I'm not sure. I get a little bit paranoid, right? It's like my channel, I'm working hard. I'm a bit wary of just then, letting other people have a shot, right? So it might not happen, but I'm trying to just get used to the concept. Saying that, I might see one of my friends, if I do a Stoke watch along at any point, and it'll have to be an away game. My friend from Stoke is a Stoke fan, but he's a season ticket holder. He does go to a lot of away games as well, but if there's ever a Stoke away game, saying that, it doesn't have to be a Stoke game, I could just get him. Oh, he should have done better there. Big chance. Should have done better. Cardiff are definitely growing into this game, though. They're just starting to do stuff. needs to be doing better with that effort. He's leaning back. Gets it all wrong. Well over the bar. But that's a half chance. Just saying here, 86% possession in the last 5 minutes for Cardiff. But a good play again by Tanner. They just need to keep getting him involved, I think. Get down that right-hand side for Tanner. Chris, I know what you're saying, but my friend, what I was going to say, I might get him to come round and we would do a watch-along together. But he's a big Stoke fan. He knows more about the Championship than I do. I'd only do it for a Championship game. Knows his football. And you would like him. We get on really well. All right, Cardiff with the free kick here. They've taken it quite quickly. I need to do better with this channel throughout the season. I did really good work during the World Cup. I just need to do that with the domestic campaign. But arranging this event has taken up a lot of my time in the last 2 weeks. Like, you'd be surprised at how many hours I've spent trying to sort this out. It's good play. It's good play by Cardiff. There's an opportunity. And he just can't get it past Patterson. Wrexham were just throwing themselves at it on the edge of the box there, just really making it difficult to get his shot away. He does well to create half a yard and get his shot away, to be honest with you. Straight at Patterson in the end. Another warning sign for Wrexham. Oh, Trot close to spilling one there. And he's had a collision for his troubles. Kiefer Moore with a long range effort. Are you coming to the event, Connor? I can't recall if you said you were coming or not. I know you said you wanted to. Feel free to email me. Chris, I am going to do the Premier League. I think it'll be 80% Premier League, 20% Championship, probably. I've not done Championship before, bar the playoffs, so I will try and make it a regular-ish thing. But I want to be doing more watch-alongs, grow the community, because I enjoy interacting with you. Keep doing my regular content, because I got big plans off the back of Tartan Geo. I'll tell you what, though. My biggest aim for the channel for the season is I am going to go to Naples to watch Napoli play, so I can watch Scott McTominay play for Napoli, and I'm going to video it. That will be my thing. Here we go again with Tanner. He's causing problems down that right side. Oh, it was a bit harsh. I thought it was maybe a corner. Lino said goal kick. So goal kick it is. What are we on? Just coming up to the half-hour mark. Still 1-0 Wrexham. But Cardiff improving. O'Brien just snapping away at his heels there. A bit too much. I used to really like Lewis O'Brien. When he was at Huddersfield, I went to him at West Ham all them years ago. Shows how little I know. But I liked him prior to Huddersfield being in the Premier League. But he wasn't very good in the Premier League, was he? Here come Wrexham. A bit of space from... Oh, that's good defending. Good defending. He just sort of lured him in there. I thought he was backing off a bit too much, but he just went at the right minute. Here to come again to Wrexham. Imre has it down, but they've managed to tuck that one away. And a chance for Cardiff to counter-attack here, maybe. Not too many bodies forward at this point in time. Although they've got the overlap going here, and he's used him. He is quick, that Scanlon. I will say that. A couple of times I've seen him on the overlap. He's been quite rapid. Kurt saying Eddie Howe's obvious, but simply not going to be a conversation in regards to potentially replacing Nuno. I think the likeliest candidate would be Scott Parker, which would be a bit depressing, actually. I'd love Bellamy. Fun. Bellamy would be fun. And Welsh, quite topical watching this game. There was a belief he wouldn't leave Wales, but because he nearly joined Burnley, I think he's showing that he would leave Wales. So there you go, he's available. Brilliant. Okay, now I think we could get him to West Ham as well. He's always spoke very fondly of his time at West Ham and about his reluctance to leave to join Manchester City. David saying, if you go, try taking the Turin Derby as well. He worked in Turin for a few months teaching English. He was in Turin and Torino end as the supporters were primarily workers in a Fiat factory. I'll see what there is. I'll try and get a couple of games in, but I definitely want to go to it's the Scott McTominay match. That's what I want to go do. Be a nice video to do for the channel. I'll even pay someone to edit the video. And Jimmy, I don't know why the formation is off the pitch. It's broken. There's nothing I can do about it except growl. Anyway, Osho's just been clattered into by Kiefer Moore, who's going to get a yellow card for his troubles here, I think. And he does. So that's Kiefer Moore in the book. Former Cardiff City boy. Where's foul on Osho? Play has resumed. Cardiff City on the ball just inside their own half as they're trying to just work their way back up the pitch. Ah, that's a terrible ball. Unnecessary as well. He didn't require to take that risk. Alright, Wrexham have taken said goal kick. And they go long. What a surprise. But to be fair, he's absolutely fizzed it into the feet of Kiefer Moore there. Rathbone on the overlap. Osho goes over. It's a good block. Corner kick to Wrexham. Alex saying Bellamy wouldn't come here with Sullivan still lurking around. He hates him. Sullivan said Bellamy wanted out the club when he didn't. I think that was pre-Sullivan. Yeah, that must have been pre-Sullivan. Bellamy couldn't have been here when Sullivan was here, Alex. I'm not 100% confident about that. You'd have to double check. But when did Bellamy leave us? Yeah, it must have been before Sullivan was here. Maybe it was Sullivan. I don't know. I'm bad with timelines like that. Feels like ages ago that Bellamy played for him, though. Yeah, Chris is saying he left in 2008. I'm trying to think of the strips that we had. Oh, Moore hitting the bar with a header there. Crikey. Yeah, he left in 2009. Yeah, it was before Sullivan because they came in 2010. So Bellamy left in 2009. Sullivan arrived in 2010. So he wasn't here, Alex. Sullivan wasn't here when Bellamy left. Major saying the 3 years he lived in Cardiff when he was at uni was the 3 years West Ham made the Millennium Stadium on the trot versus Palace, Preston, and then Liverpool. That's handy. Ben is saying, do you believe we'll be promoted? He personally thinks that once the players are in the squad, gets used to the league, you'll find it easy. I think we will. I'm not confident Nuno will be the manager, but I think we'll go up. Pat saying Bellamy would smash someone up like a golf club like he did with John Arnvise. Yeah, I mean, someone commented earlier, I'd like to see Todibo throwing his weight around with Bellamy as manager, and it's hard to disagree with that. Alright, also just playing out from the back at the minute. Tanner on the ball once more. They're definitely their way back into this game. But O'Brien's got it back at the minute for Wrexham. Just under 10 minutes to go of the first half. Still 1-0 to the wayside in this Welsh derby. Long ball up. He's brought it down well. Scanlon's in trouble. It's Imre. And that's a good save by Nathan Short, tipping it round the post. Scanlon in trouble once again for Cardiff City at the back. That passes on all the time. It's a great run in between defenders. I feel a bit sorry for him, the young lad, but he is really struggling out there, in my opinion, against Imre. The shot looked like it was going well wide, but Trot wasn't to know that and got his fingers on it and pushed it wide. Steve Clark was here under Zola, correct. And this corner is not a good one, and it lands on the roof of the net. Jack Grealish is at the game. Speaking of Danny Gambidon, we might be doing something with him in the summer. Like next summer. That's the thing, as soon as I organise this event for the 3rd of October, I've started organising the next two. Next two events. Major. This season is first season since the 57-58 season, whereby what is not happening. I will say, I think it's before that. I was going to say a team in the top flight does not begin with W, but I think it's before that. I think it's more like before 57-58. But that's my guess. Major. Team in the top flight. There isn't a team in top flight beginning with W, but I think it goes back further than 57-58, but I'm unsure. Kurt, I don't believe Gambidon at Woking. Anton Ferdinand's not at Woking, he's at Hornchurch. And Gambidon won't be there because I believe, well, I've discovered this week where Danny Gambidon lives, and it ain't in Hornchurch. Major saying to do with Bobby Robson. Well, I know this season is the first season that, I'm assuming this is the answer. I know that this season is the first season that there isn't a player in the Premier League that wasn't coached by Sir Bobby Robson. So I'm going to assume that the answer is this is the first season where there isn't a player coached by Bobby Robson playing. James Milner was the last one. When Milner retired, he was the last player that had worked under Bobby Robson that was still playing. That's my guess. Premier League resuming this week. Arsenal Coventry Friday night. You'd imagine that will be quite straightforward. 3-0 Jobby. I was right. Major said it's the first season whereby there's no active player playing who played under Sir Bobby. I was correct with my second guess. Thank you very much for joining me. Sometimes I get them right first time. Sometimes it takes my second effort, and sometimes I don't know at all. On this occasion, it was the second time. Jimmy, I was Nuno out at the end of the season, and I'm prepared to change my mind. We're only one game in. I would argue 2 games in. I've not seen anything to change my mind, although I'm not going to jump up and down about it after one game of the season per se, but it also depends who for. I'm not Nuno out for Rafa Benitez, for example. It would have to be like the right person. Like Scott Parker would be the equivalent of signing Joe Peru. Great for this year, problem in the summer. And I appreciate Parker's got way more credentials than Bellamy, but Bellamy would just be fun. Anyway, Tanner cuts it back. Here we go. Cardiff looking to try and launch an attack here. That's a really poor decision. Easily defended, but they've got the ball back. That's a lovely ball. That's a lovely touch. He's going to have a pop. Oh. And it falls through to Patterson to collect. Rathburn going to be lucky to escape a yellow card there. But Thompson with his fistful of his Tanner's shirt. Free kick given, no card produced. As we approach the final 90 seconds of normal time in the first half. I think it's been quite an even game to some extent. Wrexham with better chances, but I think Cardiff have seen plenty of the ball since the 10th minute or so, but they haven't really created enough, but they did create that really good opportunity which got blazed over the bar by Moylan. Speedy and McKenna is available, correct? I think he threw a strop because he wasn't getting the Fulham job. Gary O'Neill now in charge at Portman Road for the upcoming season for Ipswich Town. Trot taking a minute here, but he goes long. Stu saying McKenna's waiting for gardening leave to end so he can talk to Celtic. You think Celtic would just pay the compensation, wouldn't they? I think they'll walk the Scottish Premiership this season, personally. Hearts is done. Rangers don't look up to it. It is early days, but I suspect Celtic will retain the title once again. David saying Wrexham are difficult to break down. Going behind them is tricky. They are. They don't mind sitting back under Parky. And they don't mind going direct either. And they're quite good at it, to be fair. Some teams can be dangerous on the counter-attack. They're just dangerous on the long ball. Tony saying after watching games this weekend, he believes our players and an attacking manager would win the league. Stu saying he wants Gannon Doak. I'd love Gannon Doak. Hopefully he has a good season. He had an injury which did not really hindered him last season. But anyway, Tanner on the ball at the minute is Cardiff. Try and muster up one last opportunity, but his cross is blocked as we approach the half-time whistle. Pinging around there, but Cardiff will get it clear here, and you'd imagine that will be that very shortly, but it's intercepted. Oh, it's good play. Oh, it's gone behind. It's a corner kick. Cardiff City have got a last second opportunity to try and grab an equaliser before the break. The last couple have been overhit, so let's see if he can make this one count. And it comes... No. Also at the back post, but couldn't do anything with it. And it's half-time. 1-0. Wrexham at the break. Although encouragement, I think, for Cardiff City. For large parts of that half. A competitive fixture. Look, I have a Scottish club, it's Aberdeen, but I consider myself a fan of Aberdeen and a supporter of West Ham. I think there's a bit of a difference. Don't know why. It's something that's happened in my life without really knowing why. Tony, thoughts on Orford's performance? Thought he did well in the first half, and I think he struggled in the second half due to the tactics, but I'm quite hopeful. He's quite a couple, 2-3 years younger than Freddie Potts, and I'm hoping that Orford can go on and have a role to play this season, actually. Harry, I spoke about this Scotland manager at the very start. I've never heard of him, but I do like the fact that we are trying something a little bit different. I do admire that to some extent. Anyway, what are you all thinking at half-time? What do you make of the first half? A lot of you will be watching Cardiff City for the first time, maybe even Wrexham for the first time. So pop your thoughts into the live chat with your thoughts and takeaways from the first 45 minutes. Luz is saying, watch Mr. In Between. I watched it, thanks to Gonzo recommending it. I absolutely loved it. I loved Ray. Ray made me smile. Not often you get a character that kills people that makes you smile, and that you actually root for the character. But I did. It was funny. The humour in it is quite clever. When he was at his meeting, this isn't a spoiler, don't worry, I'm going to tell you something that did happen, but it's not a spoiler as such. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm just going to tell you one of the jokes. So he has to go to this meetings about his anger management. So he was at said meeting, and there's another geezer there, and he was expressing how he doesn't like his missus going out because she has cleavage on show, legs on show, and gets attention from other men. And like he was thinking, is she a bit of a slapper, blah blah blah. And Ray goes, it's because you're paranoid, mate. And he was like, you what? He's like, it's because you're paranoid. It's you that's the problem. And then he was like, yeah, but she might be sleeping with other men. He was like, yeah, she probably is. And he was like, what? So then the leader was like, Ray, you can't say that. It's very sexist. And then Ray was like, what? And then he said something like all like the famous sexist people in the world have anger management issues or something. So Ray was like, name one. And he's like, what? He's like, just name one famous sexist person ever. It's not funny. I really undersold this. Just watch Mr. In Between. I really liked it. Absolutely loved it. And Roger's looking forward to some pie and mash at the event in October. Not sure how many sleeps. It tells me, actually. If I go on the page, it'll tell me exactly how many sleep. It says our event is in 47 days. There you go. In 47 days' time, it will be coming to an end, to be fair. It finishes at 9 p.m. It'll be nearly be finished. But in 47 days' time, myself and Gonzo will be doing our first headline show live with people, actual people like Roger, who's parted with their hard-earned cash to come watch us live. It's a bit of a weird feeling, actually, because it's going to be quite uncomfortable. It's new. But also, when I've seen other channels do something similar, I've always thought, wow, imagine like being able to sell out like a venue. And we've not sold ours out yet. It's 50% sold though. But like to be in this position it's weird. It feels weird. It feels incredible, but it also feels very, very surreal. So fingers crossed. Anyway, Very Rancid found Mr. In Between by mistake. By needing something to watch. Yeah, I recommend it. Anyone that's not watching it, I'm happy to recommend it. Mr. In Between. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I couldn't get enough of it. Anyway, someone's replying to Stu. Here you go. Stu saying, couldn't give a toss for football tonight. I'm still sulking. And on here for the chat. Yeah, I was sulking earlier. I've got over it a little bit. I was sulking earlier. I think it's because I've just talked myself around. I said, look, you said before the game, a point away to Burnley is okay. You got a point. But that other numbskull in my head says, yeah, but we dropped 2 points. And it is, but... Anyway, Lewis saying just learned his disabled brother in the show, the motor neuron disease, isn't disabled at all, just an incredible actor. Yeah, I didn't think he was disabled. He was an incredible actor, but he did do the role very, very well. Especially when he said, you know, we're all matter at the end of the day. You just change. You just go from a solid to a gas or whatever when you get killed and you turn into ash and whatever. So it was good. It was a fantastic series. I kept it to myself. I wouldn't let Mrs. Gio watch it because I wanted to watch it when she was at work on my lunch breaks that I have. So that kept me going. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking. There was someone that commented about the game. So Major saying, oh no, he's not commenting about the game. He said he saw Wrexham against Southampton 2005. Johnson Paint Trophy in Cardiff. Wrexham had a young Ben Foster in goal. I learnt about that because he went back to Wrexham and it was on the documentary when they signed him, because they did a big thing about the keeper that was there prior to Foster rejoining, and it felt like a bit of a PR stunt, didn't it, when they had Ben Foster, because he was really popular at the time with his cycling goalkeeper like podcasts and videos and YouTube videos he did and stuff. I think he still does it. He's just called the Fozcast now. I think he's changed it. But back then he was quite... because he was putting his GoPro camera in the goal, weren't he? So Ben Foster was putting his camera in the goal whilst he was playing, then uploading the footage. So it was quite a social media thing at that time when they signed him. So it did feel like a bit of a PR stunt when they brought him in, given his history with the club. And to be fair, it was a bit of a coup for them at the time, given the division Wrexham were in division Ben Foster was just at. Major saying when West Ham were 1-0 up, was getting battered. I thought we'd take a point. So to go 2-0 up and draw was pretty galling, despite having thought he would take a draw. Dusty is gutted he can't make it to the event as he's on holiday. Would like to attend more events. Will you be implementing stop-go signs? Definitely no stop-go signs. I've worked hard on the event. I feel hopeful that anyone coming to the event will enjoy it. I feel hopeful. I'm optimistic people will have a good time. My aim is that when everyone leaves at 9 p.m, everyone's had a good time and they say, when's the next one? That's my aim. And if that happens, I know I've organised a really good event. That's the ambition. But it's a lot of pressure on myself and Gonzo to entertain. But we'll wait and see. If you miss 100% of the chances you don't take and all that. So let's go for it. And if it goes well, we'll do another one before the end of the season. And if this one, basically this one goes well, we're doing two. One before the end of the season. And the second one will be in Wales in the summer. We're going to go to Wales. We're going on the road. When I was in Wales a few weeks ago, and I said on the videos in Wales, I was surprised at how many people were commenting saying, I live in Wales, and a lot of them lived roughly where we were in Tenby in Sandersfoot. A lot of people were saying, I live in Sandersfoot. So the cogs went, I came up with a really bad idea, which is, why don't we do an event in Wales in the summer? So we're going to do it. If this event goes well, there will be one before the end of the season in East London or Essex, and then the third one will be in Wales. And if that goes well, 2028, we're going to Scotland. My homecoming. We're going to go up to Scotland, whether it be Edinburgh or Glasgow. We're going to go up north of the border and put an event on in the summer of 2028. And we're going to give people enough notice, so if they want to join us from the bottom of England all the way up to Scotland, they'd be more than welcome. But hopefully we can make it happen. Ambition, right? But I've been coming up with ideas for like my work, my business in the next couple of years over the summer. Because I had to think about what I want to do with this channel. I knew I was doing the World Cup stuff, but post World Cup, I thought, do I switch it to a Championship channel or just stick with Premier League? So I've been thinking about everything, and I want to start like a memorabilia company, and I will start a memorabilia company because of contacts I've got and people I know, so on and so forth. And I want to tie it in with Tartan Geo. So basically, I want to interview, if I go interview an ex-player, it might not be a West Ham player, it could be anyone. If I go interview an ex-player, put the video up, but then subscribers can buy signed memorabilia from that player, and the authenticity would be that he was literally on a bloody video with me, right? That is your authenticity. But also, if I've got one coming up, I can do pre-sales and get them personalised, take photos, etc. So I want to try and merge my YouTube channel and a memorabilia company together and bring good stuff to football fans at a reasonable price as well. So that's my hope, that's my ambition. And I appreciate I'm not doing anything groundbreaking there, and there's loads of people that already do what I do, but I just enjoy it, I have fun with it. So that's my hopes. My big hopes is that in 3 years' time, I can build a little studio somewhere in Stoke that has all the memorabilia, but also to be able to employ someone. I would love to be able to give someone, not full-time, but to be able to give someone a little bit of money to come and work for me. And I would take a lot of pride in being able to do that I've done my bit, that I can afford to give someone a little bit of money and a job that they would really enjoy, working with football, memorabilia, coming to meet ex-players, so on and so forth as well. So that's always been my thing, because I've always carried a bit of guilt when Charlie had to leave Hammers Chat to pursue money. I've always felt guilty that we couldn't give him it at Hammers Chat. So I've always wanted, I'm pleased he's back now in some form, but I'd love to be able to give him more money and him to be my like video editor and stuff like that. So whenever, basically when I got, do you remember I did a video, I did my Premier League predictions review. I looked back at my prediction at the start of the season. That video was edited. Charlie edited it. And it was really nice. It felt really good to be able to pay Charlie to edit that video for me. And I would love to be able to do, like when I go to Naples to watch Napoli, I'm just going to give the footage to Charlie and say, do what you can. Do what you want with it. Do what you can with it. And we'll stick it up on YouTube. And it's a really nice feeling to be in a position to do that. So I want to try and do that on a bigger scale. Anyway, I've gone off at a massive tangent. Apologies. Let's turn back to the live chat. Chippy saying this evening game, another open game. Neither team are trying to park the bus. Cardiff look a bit shot by the goal, but recovered. Wrexham are transitioning well. Tony saying, what's the reason the window closes after the leagues have started? Don't know. Dislike it. To be fair, I'd imagine it would be chaos if the window closed now. Because do you close it in line with the EFL calendar or the Premier League calendar? I think maybe the Premier League calendar would be better because it's a later date. But the issue is the European leagues are still open. So you'd still have clubs from Germany and Italy and Spain, France trying to bring your players to their club and you can't replace them. So I think it's important that they all close roughly. Sometimes I appreciate the Turkish one goes a little bit longer, but they tend to just buy deadwood anyway from Premier League clubs. But it would have to be in line with the European countries to not give yourself a disadvantage in the window. Gary saying, when West Ham player plays Swansea in October, he's booked a hotel in Tenby for the week. Stunning beaches and restaurants. That is nice. I like that. I'm jealous. I'm glad I went to Wales, but I sort of miss Wales. I'm ready to go back for another little holiday, to be honest with you. Chippy saying, I'm waiting for Clanton Blue Tartan football top with my logo and a club badge. I don't think I'll ever bring out Tartan Geo merch. I don't think that will ever be a thing. I don't know. Still don't even have a brand deal. Admittedly, listen, I'll be honest with you. I've rejected them. I've been rejecting them. I said, no, thank you. Go away. I'm being picky. I can be picky on here because it's not my job per se, but I would like it to be my job. Well, not my job. I'd like it to be someone else's job where I do the videos, but someone else does the hard work for me. We'll wait and see. Maybe I'll get there one day. I think it's because I discovered what it's United Stand. I was speaking to someone about United Stand who knows the workings of it, the incomings, the income, outgoings, money wise. My word, the amount of outgoings they've got, blah, scary. Their outgoings in a month is greater than my income in an entire year. Serious money, but they're fucking massive, aren't they? And this was before, I should add, this is before Gary Neville bought a decent chunk of it. Doing a podcast with Wayne Rooney now. Lewis, do sponsors pay well in general? It massively varies. Massively varies. I don't think it pays as well as some people think. But it depends. Oh shit, the clock. We give a discount if, depending on who it is. Like our sponsors all pay different rates because of who they are, how many videos to take, how long they sign up for, so on and so forth. And they get it's like a forever deal. So basically, if you come along I'll do it with Tartan Geo as well if I ever get a sponsor. You come along today and you sponsor the channel and you renew. In a year's time, you go, yeah, we're going to renew. You get the same rate. Even if, obviously, the channel's growing, hopefully we've got more views, they pay the same rate because it's like, the way I look at it is, no, you came with us when we were that size, we've grown, you get rewarded for that, for backing us back then. So, Surfshark's been with us for 2.5 years, and I won't tell you the rate for obvious reasons, but what I will say is the rate for Surfshark is the same today as it was 2.5 years ago, although we've added probably between 15 and 20,000 subscribers. Oh, Wrexham nearly making it 2 there. Good save by Nathan Trott. But yeah, Surfshark are paying what they're paid. We would have probably been on about 35,000 subscribers and they're paying us today for the size of the channel it was 2.5 years ago. And I'm okay with that because they came with us back then. Loyalty works two ways. Corner kick for Wrexham. In it comes. Trot gets a fist on it. I've got a hair in my mouth. Pfft. I can't afford to lose them. Anyway, Doyle with a foul. Good player, him. I don't mind him. Ralph says why is it when he's looking at teams, he's thinking they're better than West Ham. Because you're not emotionally attached. Moore brings it down to O'Brien. I thought Scanlon done that player there. Thought he might have got a booking had the referee blew up. And I would have got annoyed because I haven't actually... Oh, here he goes. He's in here. And it's deflected behind. Corner kick. Another corner to Wrexham. Start this game quickly. As I always say, the Welsh side, but they're both Welsh. Normally you can get away with saying that. Good hold-up play by Kiefer Moore there. Good defending in the end. In comes another corner by Matt and James. Trot gets up, grabs it, but the referee'd already blown up for the free kick. Cardiff should take it a second here. Hoping Wrexham will press them, which is not going to happen. They're happy to just let Trot dribble it up the pitch at the minute. Another former hammer on the bench for Wrexham this evening. George Dobson, who was a regular last season. Good play there by Cardiff. Good defending after Imbri went on another run. I think he's having an impressive competitive debut. Tanner now running at Thompson. That was a difficult pass, that. Bad idea. Now Wrexham can break here. Moore on the move. He cuts inside, up against Osho, goes past Osho. And it's into the hands of Nathan Trott. Cardiff are remaining very open at the minute, allowing Wrexham plenty of opportunities here, but here comes Cardiff now down the other end to try and make something of their own. Moylan, he just bottled it a little bit there, I thought, Salick. Moylan gave him the ball and he sort of backed out of that potential collision. Jojo, it is our Nathan Trott, yes. And Catherine saying, maybe my Stoke venue and worker could be venue, one of the old potteries along the road from the station, and work, well, our Sunday sports science and it's good sports students part-time. I think I'll try and employ someone I know, just because it'd be nice. But this is like 3 years down the line. I've got a lot of work to do to get there first. A lot of hard work, but I'm working hard at the minute. I am just absolutely clattering him there. Scotsman. Leaving one in on Ashford. Free kick to Cardiff City. Major. I'm going to read it out, Major, because it is funny. After this free kick, it comes, not a great free kick. Major said he's taking his wife to Wales for a cheeky weekend. He's going to bang her. Oh dear, Major. It's so bad it's good. And I quite like it. One of Brian's customers, oh, it's not a bad ball, good goalkeeping by Patterson. Brian's customers have asked him why he's always listening to Scottish sports radio. Brian is out doing his deliveries at the minute. And just tell him because I'm a legend. I'll tell you what is random. This is random, right? This is definitely... incredibly random. It might have been one of you people, right? I don't think so, because I think you would have told me. So at the minute, Lauren's granddad's... It was Lauren's great-nan's house. She passed away last year. It's now her granddad's house. He's inherited it. And he's selling it, because he's going to move in with his partner. So it's currently up for sale, but it's dated. It's a dated. The decor, every room needs updating. The carpet's from like the 80s, right? It's just the woman, bless her, she was 93 when she passed away. So you can tell it was a 93-year-old's house. Although he did live there for the last 5 years of her life as a full-time carer. So it's on the market. And it was on the market. It got valued at 280. It's now on the market at 260 because he's trying to get rid of it, right? And so today, someone rang him from one of these companies that buy it for cash. And obviously they're going to refer. Oh, that could be a red card. He's got the yellow out. He's very lucky there. He's lucky. Cardiff will feel he was through on goal. Heim in the book for Wrexham. It's a lovely ball to Stalik, who's, yeah, I think it is a booking. Emery's right there as well. It's the right decision by the referee. I don't think it is a red card. I think that's the right decision from the referee. Free kick on the edge of the box. So anyway, Geezer rang up Lauren's granda. And it's one of these companies that buy your house for cash, do it up and flip it, I suspect. Turns out he's a West Ham fan. How they end up speaking about West Ham, I don't know. I think he started... The guy on the phone's obviously trying to schmooze him. So I think he started speaking about football, Man U. I think her granddad must have said, who do you support? And he's gone, oh, West Ham. And then I think he's obviously gone, oh, you might know my grandson-in-law. He does a YouTube channel. Turns out he watches the YouTube. So they started talking about Hamish Chat. Mad. Anyway, free kick. Cardiff City. Right outside the box. An opportunity for them to have a pop here. Deflected off the wall. Nope. Wrexham are smothering them now. Oh, it's a flag offside. Anyway, never mind. Pairs, I don't do commentary much on these ones. On Hammer's Chat, I do the commentary, but here it's more of a watch along. Like you watch the game, I watch the game. We'll talk about it, and we'll talk about other things. And it's October the 3rd. Chris, October the 3rd is the date of the event. International break. I do believe Scotland and England are playing, so we've messed up a little bit with that, but international break. Hence why we can book that gaff. Catherine, Stavely and Howe got on very well. Too well to some extent, because I think Howe felt comfortable going to Amanda Stavely when it came to stuff to do with transfers. I think he was okay skipping out the sporting director, and I think it caused a bit of problems. Anyway, Imbre's cross is blocked and goes out for a corner kick to Wrexham down their right-hand side on this occasion. Been an open, I was going to say 10 minutes to the second half. It's been an open 55 minutes so far. Paul, you've missed not very much. It's been an alright game though. But in terms of the watch along, you've missed nothing. And it comes. James has missed it, so he has to go backwards, and that's a lovely pass. He's taking Wrexham out of the game. Oh, it's off the post. Doyle with the effort. In a bit of space. That was a really nice pass. Lovely ball that is, straight into Doyle's feet out on the left-hand side of the box there. Just took out all the Cardiff defence. Difficult angle, but he puts his laces through. It gets an incredible amount of power on that. Trot can't get near it, and it absolutely bounces off that post. Crikey. I think it would have broke Trot's fingers had he got something on that. A let off for Cardiff, and they've had a couple of those now. Alright, Rathburn not happy with that foul by Scanlon. They go long again. However, Cardiff has dealt with that one. Tanner on the ball now. That is a very ambitious pass. There's absolutely no chance Willock's going to get there. And it's a throw in. Don't think Salek needed to do that. He just spun in, just smashed it out to the left-hand side. I suppose if his execution was all right, it might have been a good idea, but it wasn't. Cardiff just need to work the ball a little bit better. I don't think I can't recall Patterson touching a ball in the second half, and he didn't have much to do in the first either. So they're going to require a little bit of quality here, Cardiff City. Moylan goes down, referee says no. He's not happy. Osho's done really well. I thought he was good at Luton Town when he was there a few seasons ago. That's a lovely ball into Moylan. Tackle goes in, he wants a free kick again. The referee says no again. He's really unhappy on this occasion. Game's starting to open up a little bit, a bit of tempo injected into here. Scanlon goes after that one and doesn't quite get there. Or he does rather, but can't get it under control, and it's a throw in to Wrexham. David, we're going to go out and hack the wick after, I think. I just suspect he'll be a bit livelier. You might have to drink your drink out of a jam jar or something, but I do think Hackney Wick might be a bit lively. There's a few bits along the canal, isn't there, that's half decent, so I think that's where we may head after. That's certainly where I'm hoping we're heading, rather than up into Stratford High Street. But I'll just go where the crowd goes. I'm easy, me. That's why we're finishing up at 9 p.m. So A, people have got time to get home. But B, those that don't want to go home immediately, the night is young. That's poor play, but he's got it back there. Got away with that one, Cardiff. Sloppy passing, but Wrexham didn't get a hold of it. Tanner puts the cross in and just headed behind. Willock was arriving at the back post there. Of course there's an after party. Paul says on the details that if you want to stick around after the event, we'll head out. I'm sure there'll be a few of us. There might be too many of us offending. There might be like 40 of us all going out. That might be a big crowd, but there'll be a decent bunch of us anyway going out for a few more post-event. I'm looking forward to it. That's when I can get smashed. I can't really get smashed during the event, but I can afterwards. Anyway, Tanner and Willock off for the Colwells. They're both on. Ruben, isn't it? I think it's Ruben. Ruben Colwell. Let me have a look. He was good last season when I seen him. Let me have a gander, make sure I'm not chatting total nonsense. Yeah, it is Ruben. I was correct. Good goalkeeping by Patterson. That corner came in. He got up high. He got up early. Wrexham on the attack here. Oh, you couldn't just quite squeeze that in. Another warning sign for Cardiff. There's been plenty of them, but it's still only 1-0. But you do feel like a second one is maybe coming at some point for them. Stephen saying before party on the board, bloody hell, I can't get pissed. I can't get on that stage smashed. Bloody hell, stop trying to encourage me to be bad. Plus, we've got to get to the venue early to set up. We've got to get everything ready. And Paul, I have done a bet. I've just backed Joel Rubin to get carded 15-2. I've had that. Picked up a lot of cards for Cardiff last season in League One. Game's opening up. Midfielder. I fancy it. And Chris, we won't be streaming it. We're going to try and get it recorded, but it's a money problem. We don't really have. I've overspent. After the event, I'll happily speak about the finances involved in the event. But if we do well, we'll break even. There's every possibility we lose money doing this event. However, as long as everyone has a good time, I don't really care. It's Gonzo's fault for picking this venue. I blame him. It's a very expensive bloody venue. Bobby Gillespie, what a man. I like Primal Scream. Jimmy, no, we don't have sponsors. I don't want a sponsor for it. I don't want to. I just want it to be pure. I want it to be raw. I want it to be just Hammers chat. We need a bidding more in the auction. That's what we need. To be fair, I've got some nice bits for the auction. A signed Bobby Moore England display. Match worn Mark Noble boots and a couple of other bits as well. I've got some really nice bits in the auction. So hopefully the auction goes well. Anyway, half an hour to go here. Cardiff trying to get an equaliser, but at the minute I think Wrexham look the more likely to score. They're just a bit more dangerous on the attack. They've definitely got a bit of enthusiasm, Cardiff, and I don't think it's been terrible, but we'll see. Person, I look tired as. Oh, thank you. To be fair, I am. I'm not a very good sleeper. I've never been a good sleeper. Decent effort there. Goal kick. Whenever I go to bed, I can't, like, switch off. I don't have a relax button. Quite frequently, most nights of the week, I get out of the bed and go do something. Read a book. Go do an activity, something. Anyway, Whiteman coming on to replace Rathbone. Former Preston captain. Ryan, of course you can take pictures. Record within reason. Don't be recording the entire fucking thing. But of course you can take photos. Anyway, just over 20 minutes to go of normal time. Cardiff on the move. Malone, good cross. Oh, he couldn't quite go on the end of it. He brings it down. Just cleared away by Doyle. Throw into Cardiff over on the right-hand side. They're going to have to start taking a bit more risks in the latter stages of this game here. But it is going to suit Wrexham, I think, playing like this as well. Oh, pardon me. I promise you it's not your company. I'm just tired. Stu, the football tonight's been identical to what you watched over the weekend. Away from Turf Moor. Malone on the ball. A lovely little ball in, but couldn't get underway. Kiefer Moore with a bad touch though. Cardiff come again. Scanlon doing a 1-2. Him and Imbri have ended up in a little tussle off the ball, but Malone in the box for Cardiff, and it's a shot on target, but tame effort, easily saved by Patterson. That's a good ball because it's bounced and Moore is hassling Osho and gets something on it, but it goes through to Nathan Trott. A very awkward one there for Osho to deal with, but Moore putting him under pressure. Cardiff just... Wrexham are becoming more and more content just to sit back and protect what they've got. We've got that 5-4-1 going on at the minute. Wrexham. Moore about 20 yards away from his midfield at present. Cardiff really stepping onto them now. And they've got to. They've got to try and get an equaliser here. And if they do, the momentum will be with them. But they're going to have to do something they've not done so far in this game, and that is create a decent opportunity. A lot of possession in and around the Wrexham box at the minute, although they've just given it away, but they've reclaimed it quite quickly due to the lack of options ahead for Wrexham. So they're going to struggle to make the ball stick, I think, a little bit. Chippy, I have been invited on to Sky Sports. I don't want to do it. Personally, I think people with YouTube channels should not be on Sky Sports. You've already got a platform. I don't think you should be on Sky Sports. And also, as a Sky Sports paid subscriber, I don't want to hear fans on Sky Sports. I appreciate I'm probably in the minority there. I just don't get it. I don't get why they've got fans on talking. Well, I do. I know why they've done it, because they've seen the growth of fan channels, but like, I don't know. It's not for me. On comes Smith. Bit of like a Wrexham legend at the minute. Keeler Dunn coming on for Broadhead as well. Moore also going off. Stoppage in play here due to an injury. Stu saying maybe there's a lot of caginess as first weekend. Hopefully the quality will get a little bit better. Ralph saying that's why Spain is great. You can grow your own sleeping tablet. What? What do you mean you can grow your own sleeping tablet? I have no idea what you're on about. Anyway, Matty James is down. We might see George Dobson coming on for Wrexham to replace him for Mahammer. His hair looks very wet. Slick back long hair for George Dobson. And he looks drenched. Pez has said, oh, I get what you're saying about the sleeping tablet now, Pez, sorry. Marijuana, did not know that. Ryan, how's Mrs. Jill getting on with Oxford Natural? Good. She's good. She's eating a lot less, so it's definitely working in that sense. I'm away to start doing it. By the middle of September at the very latest. I need to go up to Manchester. Their offices are in Manchester, so I'm way up for an appointment with Dr. Andre. He's going to take a blood test, and he's basically going to tell me what I already know, which is, you are a fat bastard. And I'm going to say, I know, Dr. Andre, I know. I like food. But I'm going to do the supplements. I'm going to try and lose a bit of weight. I'm never going to be skinny. Right? I'm never, ever going to be skinny. I don't want to be skinny. But if I could just be less of a fat bastard, that would be good. Anyway, George Dobson is on. As is Longman. Matty James going off with an injury. Imrie going off on his debut for Wrexham. I thought he put in a good shift there on that right-hand side for Wrexham, actually. 4 subs in the last 2 minutes for Parky's side. As the game resumes. 15 minutes of normal time plus whatever stoppage we have. And I imagine we'll have a few minutes given injuries just there. Moylan, who's been popping out on this left-hand side frequently since the subs with the Colwills coming on. And he's been getting more and more involved. So he's becoming Cardiff's danger man down this left-hand side. Intercepted, they found Smith. Wrexham have got the ball, a rare bit of possession for them in the last 5-10 minutes. Doyle on the ball now. And George Dobson gets his first touch since replacing Matty James. They're just trying to keep the ball, Wrexham, but they're under a little bit of pressure. He's gone long, Dobson. Ashwood under pressure, but he's done all right. He's found Osho. Cardiff are Getting pressed man for man here. Oh, nearly two. Nearly two. Again, it's not the first time I've said that. I've said that quite a few times tonight, but Wrexham have gone close on a few occasions, and they've gone close once again there. And Cardiff just trying to play out from the back once more, but they've been a bit more successful. No, they haven't. They've lost it immediately. O'Brien on the ball. There's a massive bit of space in the middle of the park there. They've not utilised that, and it's gone straight through to Ashwood out on that right-hand side for Cardiff. I feel like there's another goal in this game. It's just a case of who will get it. Will it be an equaliser, or will we see 2-0 and a kiss of death for Cardiff City upon their return to the Championship? Not again, they want to lose this one. Anyway, Moylan down that left side once more. Cutting inside against Longman. Has a shot deflected, and it's a corner kick for Cardiff City. This is what they're going to need to do. Paul, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Paul with the £2 super chat. Thanks for supporting me. Appreciate you, Paul. Corner kick. Cardiff City. Let's see if they can grab an equaliser. I would like them to. And it comes from Robertson. It's punched away by Patterson. Scanlon will get there. Robertson still there with him. Gets it. That's a lovely little ball. Nice turn there by Colwell. Goes back. They're going to have to just up the ante a bit. Cardiff, 12 minutes of normal time to go here. Not the worst performance in the world, though. Robertson wants it, gets it. Oh, he could have shot, but he's turned, and he's maybe going to have to commit a foul. He does. No, he doesn't. The referee says no foul. O'Brien went down. Looked like a foul. But they've lost it anyway, Cardiff, and they come again. Lewis O'Brien this time looking for Smith. But it's been intercepted by Baggin, but man, it's hit Smith in the hand. It's a free kick to... Looked a bit unlucky. Not much he could have done about that. Parkey is not very happy. Felt a bit harsh. It did hit Smith in the arm. I don't know what on earth he was meant to do. Jim, thank you very much for £2 super chat. That's very kind of you. All helps. Especially considering I've been lazy as shite on the channel this month. Mark said, last time we went for a drink in Stratford was at Muro's and was bought a drink by Keith Robson. Loved that. Absolutely loved that. Anyway, a couple of subs here for Cardiff City. Capaccio coming on. Davies as well. Last throw of the dice for Cardiff as they look to try and snatch an equaliser in this game. I think they maybe deserve a goal, but I think Wrexham deserve a second goal. That's the problem. They just conceded early. That's the issue here with Cardiff. They've been competitive for majority of this game. It's just as soon as they conceded, that's it. You're playing into the hands of Wrexham. Wrexham don't mind sitting back and going long. They quite enjoy it. So the minute you go 1-0 down, you're in trouble. And they went 1-0 down after 2 minutes. Kurt says, you think Wrexham looking like they're going to challenge top end of the table? Granted, so I think they'll be in the contention for the playoffs. I don't think they'll be anywhere near the top 2. But certainly the top 8 is very possible. But that could be said for a lot of teams at the minute. if I had to predict today, I would say they just miss out on the playoffs. It's taking a minute there with the ball, but he's finally released it to Baggin, who's coming forward. Just came up saying Moylan's gone off, but he's literally there. I'm looking at him with the ball. He's not gone off. Sky have got their graphic wrong here. I don't think I see Robertson though, so maybe he's the one that's departed. Free kick to Wrexham just inside the Cardiff City half. A little bit of respite for their defence. After long periods of defending in the second half of Wrexham, they go long once more looking towards Smith, who gets his shot away, but Trott handles that easily enough and releases it quickly to Baggin. Confirmation that Robinson did indeed come on for Robertson, not Moyen, who's still there out on that left hand side. Seven minutes of normal time to go here. O'Brien on the ball. Here come Wrexham trying to release Smith up against Osho. Throw it to Cardiff. I hope they get an equaliser just for the fun. Barry Murphy shouting instructions on the touchline. His Baggin whips it in. It's not the best cross in the world, but it's a difficult one to deal with. Wrexham are just clearing it anywhere at the minute. It's coming straight back at them, but they are coping. I think Cardiff are just lacking ideas at the minute in terms of creativity or how to break this Wrexham side down. They don't really have a lot about them. A lot of crosses going in, but they're not really causing much trouble. And apart from that, there's not been much in the final third from Cardiff. I think they've moved the ball reasonably well to get up to the final third. They've got bodies forward, but they've not really created anything at the minute. Ben Jacobs has tweeted that Bowley is selling his stakes in Chelsea valued at $5 billion. To be fair, what's his face invested in Liverpool and it's valued at 8. Is it 5 or 8? 5 or 8 billion as well. I think he's got options to buy the remaining shares if he wishes to. Ridiculous money. 5 billion. Anyway, corner kick to Cardiff City and it comes from back in. It's headed away. And Lewis O'Brien gets another header with another clearance. And it's going to come straight back at Wrexham though with Nathan Trott on the ball at the minute. Wrexham in their 5-4-1 and they're looking quite solid at the minute. Robinson on the ball. And another corner for Cardiff. 4 minutes of normal time to go. And it comes. No good. Wrexham are trying to break with this one as well, and they're getting bodies forward. Lewis O'Brien's steaming down the middle of the park. It's Doyle at the minute. Adacam goes to the back post. It's well defended. It's bouncing around. They've still not got this clear. Smith. Doyle into the hands of Nathan Shot, and it'll be straight up the other end. Cardiff have all the players have come sprinting back, and now no one's up, and everybody's come sprinting back, knackered. 3 and a bit minutes of normal time to go. I suspect we'll have 4 or 5 minutes added on due to that stoppage to Matty James. Seen plenty of the ball in these areas, Cardiff, yet to do anything with it. Moylan crosses it. It's bouncing around. Still can't get a shot away. Couldn't tell you. They've not really had many efforts, have they? Let me have a look at the statistics. I don't feel like Cardiff have had much shots in this game. 8 shots. Wrexham have had 16. It feels like that as well. Ruben Colwell's seen plenty of the ball since he's come on. He's on it again now. Just playing in behind that front line. Robinson's joining the attack at the minute. They're just working it down the right-hand side at the minute, trying to find a yard probably to cross it once more, but they can't even do that. There's plenty of bodies in the box, though. It's just 4-on-4 in the box if they can get a good cross. Nah, he tries to take his man on and he's absolutely messed it up. We're going to have to start really gambling here, Cardiff, and just start chucking everyone in the box and leave someone one-on-one with Smith on the halfway line. And just hope that he do okay. I'm regular Monday night watch along. I'm not sure I'll get away with that. I want to do regular watch along, so I will do them. But also at the same time, I don't want to commit to a Monday and it's a crap game, and then on the Sunday when I could do one, it feels like we've got a bit of a banger. I'm just going to do it depending on what the fixture is. The referee's got involved here, which is helping out Wrexham, because it's going to allow them just to have a little bit of a breather and push everyone at the pitch. As the ball struck the referee from a Sam Smith back pass. Now we're back underway as we're waiting for that stoppage time number to go up on the board. I suspect it'll be a 4 out of 5, but we'll find out any second now as we approach that 90-minute mark. That's a lovely ball for Smith. He looks to lob trot and it's just wide. Nearly 2-0 Wrexham. Bit of an ambitious effort, just trying to lob trot from there. It bounced. He had to take it first time. And there's nothing much wrong with the effort, and Trott wasn't sure if it was going in or not. 6 minutes stoppage time. Cardiff get away with it once more. They're still in this. They've got bodies in the box now. Still no cross comes in. They've done it again. They've done it again. It's the same player. Colwell on the ball. He tries to pass it into the box. Cleared away, back in. Moylan wants it. Robinson now getting stuck in. Cuts it back to Colwell. Still no one shooting for Cardiff. Lots of little passing outside the box, but they're not really creating anything here. That's a bad cross. Lewis O'Brien clears it away, but it's going to come straight back at them. Lewis O'Brien's been fantastic tonight. I think he's my man of the match. He's been absolutely everywhere. Blocked. Corner kick, Cardiff. 5 minutes to go. Matt, thank you very much. Very kind of you with a $10 super chat. With what appears to be a bowing pair, I think. Thank you very much, Matt. Very, very kind. I appreciate you. Always been a good supporter of the channel. Corner kick, Cardiff. Baggin goes to take it out on that right-hand side. And it comes. Oh! That was a chance. That's the chance. It's gone out for another corner. They've taken it quickly. Robinson this time to send it in. And it comes. Headed away. Banging on the far post. Picks up. Lewis O'Brien closing him down. In comes the cross. Headed away once more. It's got to go back in the box. It does. Towards Osho. Headed away. Moylan. Now outside the box. That looked like a big opportunity from that corner. It looked like it met a Cardiff head as well. Just didn't get enough on it. Wrexham hanging on here, clinging on. Caldwell sends it in. It's deep. It's Moylan at the back post, but he can't bring it down as neatly as he wanted to. And the flag has gone up, and it's a free kick. And Wrexham will be breathing a sigh of relief there. Let's have a look at this. It's a good ball in. It's a good corner. Misses the Cardiff players' heads. It does come off. Oh, no, he does get on it. Just hits Hyam on the head. He knows nothing about it. Very unfortunate for Cardiff City. But I will say, Wrexham, I think, deserve to win this. That style of play that will be welcomed at the London Stadium, this score and sit back. But the difference is they've looked dangerous on the counter-attack frequently throughout the game. Wrexham. Pure parky, this game of football. Anyway, Caldwell away from O'Brien. He's just trying to drive Cardiff up the pitch here. He's done well. 2 minutes to go. Again, Cardiff find it easy to work it into that final third. It's just once they get there, not much. Caldwell, that looked like a nice pass. He couldn't get under control, but he's going to get a second opportunity here. In comes the cross. Oh, it's headed off the bar by the defender. I think it's Hyam who's headed it off his own bar. My word. Smith, he's got away. It's Smith, he's closing down on goal here. Up against Osho, he goes for it. It's saved by Trott. Selfish, really. There was options arriving. Had he just waited, he might have been able to play someone through. But he took the effort on. Parried away by Trott. And Wrexham have got themselves a throw-in on their right-hand side, deep in Cardiff's half. Just looking at that, the cross was awkward for Patterson. And Hyam trying to head it over the bar, heads it onto the bar. Crikey almighty. Wrexham just holding it into the corner at the minute. Less than a minute to go. I've seen the chat. I'm just ignoring the discussion that's going on. I'm leaving you two to it. Here we go. Last chance. 30 seconds on the clock. It's time to just pump it in that box and hope something happens. Caldwell, that's a nice pass. Robinson, he goes down. Is that penalty? What's he giving? It's a free kick on the edge of the box. No penalty. Cardiff wanted a pen. The referee's given the foul, but he's decided it's a free kick right on the edge of the area. Looked in the box to me. I think that's a pen. It's in the box. He's got it wrong. The ref's got it wrong. Dobson clatters him inside the box, and the referee's given a free kick. Welcome to no VAR, West Ham fans. I mean, we've seen West Brom literally punch in the back of the net the other day. But Wrexham have got away with one there because that was inside the box. In my opinion, anyway. Last chance for Cardiff. Free kick right outside the box. Caldwell will take it. Ruben Caldwell will either score an equaliser or blaze over the bar, pump into the wall, whatever, and it will finish 1-0 Wrexham. This is the last chance here. Ruben Caldwell. Caldwell! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! What a fantastic strike that is by Ruben Caldwell. Wow! Wow! 1-1! Wow! Scenes! Absolute fantastic scenes with the Cardiff City fans. The players are in the crowd. Nathan Trott's in the crowd. What a fantastic end to this game of football tonight. Should have been a penalty. The referee gives a free kick. But Ruben Caldwell has just bent it into the top corner. Heartbreak for Wrexham. Jubilation for the home side. But what a stunning strike and what a fantastic set. Look at the Cardiff fans. They are absolutely rocking. I love it. Football is back. The Championship is back. Ruben Caldwell, he's just pung it into that far corner. Poor goalkeeping from Patterson. Really poor goalkeeping. He's expecting it to go the other way. He catches himself flat-footed. Gets his hands on it, but doesn't keep it out. But take nothing away from Ruben Caldwell. Even Brian Barry Murphy was in that scramble. I absolutely loved that. Unbelievable. Look at the crowd. Look at them. Hardly any phones. Just people living in the moment. Celebrating, enjoying themselves. Absolutely. It's full time. 1-1. 1-1. What a fantastic end to that game of football. Stunning. I love football. I absolutely love football. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me and putting up with me. I appreciate you all. Appreciate your support. I don't know when I'll be. I do actually. I'll be back either tomorrow, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday with my Premier League table predictions and my Premier League Week 1 predictions, and my EFL predictions will be over on the Benjamin Bloom YouTube channel. I suspect we record on Wednesday. I suspect you'll upload it on Thursday as always. But thank you very much for joining me. Catch you in a bit.